Hello, welcome everyone. Today we are going to take house hacking to the next level. What I mean by house hacking is for primary homeowners, owner-occupied homeowners. You have the ability to potentially buy a 2 to 4 units and live in one of the units and become a professional house hacker. This way, if you do it right, you can potentially achieve multi-millionaire status. I know it's not a short-term kind of thing. It's a long-term over time scenario, but just keep an open mind with providing some tremendous value add information. Welcome once again to the Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. And my co-host, guest speaker is no other than Julie. Hello, Julie. Thank you for coming on board. Julie has been one of my top real estate investors. We have purchased multiple properties for my network in the past few years. And so she always provides a great perspective. So she put herself in the shoes of a regular real estate investor, just like a whole bunch of you guys out there. So thank you, Julie.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So without further ado, let me share my screen and get this show rolling.
Mhm.
And once again, the topic is serial house hack to multi-millions. Anyway, this is what we call the trifecta of house hacking. What I mean by that, for many of you are listening for the first time, you have no clue what's going on. So just try to relax and learn as much as you can. Some of you have heard about house hacking and have not done it. And some of you already done some house hacking. Now we are taking house hacking strategy to the next level. What I mean by that is the trifecta of house hacking is 3 ways. One, using your VA loan. There are VA loans, 1 to 4 units. You can do that. This only if you are active duty military or military veterans, in which I'm a veteran. In fact, I spent 20 years in the U.S. Army and I'm retired, full pension years and years ago. So I've had house hacked a number of times over the course of my 30 years in real estate. 30 years. So a lot of people don't know. I think, Julie, I don't mean to brag or become too arrogant. A lot of people don't know who am I. The people in the country, they don't know who am I. I'm not a YouTube influencer and whatever. TikTok, I don't use any social media that much. But for all intents and purposes, you can call me the father of house hacking. Really,
I like that.
how many people have house hacked over the course of 30 years?
Right.
I could be wrong, but not too many people have done this kind of things like
Right.
I have done. And I'm still continuing to do house hacking at this point in my life. I think. Anyway,
Right.
I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about you guys out there, how you can achieve multi-generational wealth, legacy wealth for yourself and your family for years down the road. But again, this is not a get quick rich scheme. It's
Right.
a very long-term systematic investment strategy. All right. So the traditional way of house hacking is one way, using VA loan. The second way is using the Federal Housing Administration 3.5% down payment, 1 to 4 units. That means single family home, duplex, triplex, and fourplex. That's the limit. And then this third loan program, which just came about a few weeks ago, Julie and I, you know about it, Julie. We'll talk about this last Zoom. Fannie Mae lending guidelines such that they are allowing primary homeowners, primary owner-occupied homeowners to do a conventional 5% down payment, no PMI, using 1 to 4 units. So this final straw of a third tier of house hacking loan program is the 5% down for primary homeowners only. So once again, all these 3 loan programs, you do not need to be a first-time home buyer. Is that cool?
That's amazing, really. The whole 5% down as a primary homeowner with no private mortgage insurance is you refer to PMI. For those that don't know, it's private mortgage insurance. Normally, you have to put down 20% to avoid PMI. So that is fantastic. 5% for owner occupied is unbelievable, and no PMI.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game changer. So that's why I call it trifecta. All right. Again, yeah. Here's some additional highlights. This is a federal program. All this loan program or federal programs is available in all 50 states. You can repeat the process, become a professional house hacker. If you can repeat the process every 1 year or more, depends. However, on the VA loan and FHA loan, you have to refinance out of the loan in order to repeat house hacking strategy. However, in order to refinance those two loans, you need a 75% loan to value. Okay, in order to refinance out of the VA loan, refinance out of the FHA loan.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, you must, when you do the loan program, you must establish the fact that you are the primary residence,
right,
home where you are. This is owner-occupied situation. If you are a regular investor, you have no intention of occupying the property, cannot use these 3 loan programs. Yeah. And then, of course, this type of house hacking strategy is ideal for digital nomads and permanent remote workers.
right.
So what are your quick thoughts around these highlights?
I just want to focus on, you said it needs to be a primary residence. So people really need to understand that you can't have 4 primary residences in 4 different states. So I know someone that got in trouble trying to do that, but it's a fabulous program. And then the idea that you can repeat the process. It's not just for a first time home buyer. So that's fabulous.
Yeah. How you repeat the process is, once again, once you get any of these 3 loan programs, you have to, the loan underwriter have to make sure this is a legitimate. Cannot commit we cannot commit mortgage loan fraud.
Right.
It's a federal crime.
You will go to jail.
If they catch you, now again, so you have to do it legitimately. You have to do it legally. So all your loan paper will have to indicate that you are going to occupy one of the units at least for 1 year. Okay, although the 1 year residency requirement is not set in stone, but over the years, people have done that. They have a house hack, a serial house hacking.
Right.
And theoretically, you can keep the house hack in one property per year, but that's theoretical. I have not seen this thing being done that quickly. So typically, at least 2 or 3 years of house hacking, because you need to build equity in your property at the point where you have achieved 75% loan to value in order to qualify for the refinancing out of the FHA loan, out of the VA loan. However, this new 5% down loan program is somewhat new. I don't have 100% of understanding of it. None of us have, because this 5% down loan program is just came about about a month ago. In fact, the effective date of this loan program is November 18th, 2023, which is a few weeks away.
Right.
This program officially are in place and nationwide. All right. Again, if you live in one particular area and you do not plan to move to another area throughout the country to do the house hacking, hey, you can do a house hack in one area potentially, over time. But a lot of people are able to work remotely. They can legitimately change principal home of residence every few years.
Right.
Ideally, if they are a digital nomads and they are remote workers, they have the ability to live wherever they want in the country.
Exactly.
They can move from one location to another legitimately and create primary home residence in a new area, new state, whatever, new state, new city. And as long as they qualify for the loan, and the underwriting process, by the way, is very stringent. You have to provide all kind of documentation that you are maintaining residence in a new place. You have to change your driver's license. You have to, you have to change. You have to get the utility bill or phone bill or gas bill in that new residence under your name, and basically live in one of the 2 units, one of the 3 units, or one of the units, or the 4 units, depending on the situation.
That's a great way to start building your portfolio. To buy, a duplex, triplex, or even a quad. You live in one as the owner occupant. You rent out the other 3 are going to pay your mortgage while you begin to build the equity in the property.
Yeah, Julie, even you can qualify for this 5% down loan program, believe it or not.
That's a great deal.
Not just you. One more thing. These 3 loan programs, VA loan, FHA loan, and the 5% down for primary homeowners, you can own multiple investment properties already and still qualify to get any of these 3 loan programs as long as you occupy the property. It is your primary home, and what have you. And this also applies to first-time home buyers, right?
Wow. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
that's right. A lot of people have a lot of problem buying home as a primary first-time home buyers, and using the house hacking strategy as a first step to become not only a homeowner, but to become a real estate investor is extremely very intense. Yeah, it's a good way to become go through wealth building through real estate for first time homeowners and investors alone. So this 5% down payment, we could emphasize a little bit more on this presentation more than FHA and VA, because I have already done on the previous videos FHAs and VA loan on house hacking. So you can log into my YouTube channel and find those 2 loan programs, or they can contact me because I do consulting and coaching as well. People want to contact me directly so I can help you go through the process of become a professional house hacker. It doesn't matter where you're located in any of the 50 states. You can do this, and we can help. All right, exactly. And I can help. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. So again, this 5% down loan program is a game changer. I'm not going to go over this process too much. Normally, to buy an investment property, 2 to 4 units will require 15 to 20 to 25% down payment. Previous lending guideline, but now all that lending guideline has been changed. By the way, if you are a regular real estate investor, if you're a regular real estate investor, you still require at least 25% down payment to buy 2 to 4 units or more.
Right. Correct.
Right? That have not changed. This investment that have not changed. But if you want to convert yourself to become a primary homeowner, if you want to leverage your wealth, buying 2 to 4 units is very ideal because because the other tenants or have been paying all your mortgage for you.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
And all the kind of benefits associated with owning investment property. That's something you and I know very much about. Julie, this is the federal maximum loan amount associated with the 5% down payment. Nationwide, there's no high cost area. So Californians, they have a more limited capacity. If you want to do this 5% down for primary homeowners such as yourself, the maximum loan limit for 2023 per federal lending guideline on this new 5% down program, duplex is 929K, triplex is 1.1 around, and a fourplex is almost 1.4. By adding the 5% down payment, that new maximum is almost 1 million for duplex, almost
Okay.
almost 1.2 for triplex, and almost 1.5 for
Okay.
triplex, right?
Very good. Yes.
Yeah. Because this is the maximum amount add on with 5% down payment equals the following amount down here, right? Yes.
Excellent.
If you live in California, it's just more challenging. Judy, you know that. You live in
Very
Southern,
much.
and I live in Northern California. By the way, when you do a VA loan, when your house hack a VA loan, 2 to 4 units, there are no limits. As long as you qualify based on your salary, credit, whatever income level, with a VA loan, 0% down, 2 to 4 units. As long as you occupy one of the unit, there's no loan limit. You can buy a fourplex costing $2 or $3 million here in California. And
Excellent.
with a VA loan, but
Yeah.
that's very ideal. But you have to have
You just got to make sure it cash flows too. All right.
yeah. If you occupy one of the unit, you're not going to cash flow unless until you move out of one unit.
Until you move out.
And rent out all the units that you may achieve break even or slightly positive cash flow. Well, which is okay because the other renters are paying down a lot of mortgages, not all, maybe half of it, maybe a 3 for the mortgage. Right? It's better that if you're a primary homeowner, try to buy a regular primary home in California, $1 million, whatever, based on the mortgage rate of almost 8% right now. So, you need an $8,000. Your monthly mortgage is $8,000.
Right.
So you need to have an income of around $400,000.
Right.
Qualify to buy a $1 million house to live in, a single family home.
Yes.
With the skyrocketing 8% you have right now. But
if
you buy 2 to 4 units for $1 million, you don't need $400,000 income to qualify because the lender use the other rental projection to offset your debt to income ratio. So therefore, your income could be as low as $100,000 income.
Yeah, and I think it's really awesome. This, like you said, it may be challenging in California to do that, but a lot of people are relocating to other states. I think it's a great way to start to own something in another state and have your tenants paying for the mortgage while you house hack and move up.
As a matter of fact, this slideshow is pretty much segueing into what you just said. Right? You can house hack 2 to 4 units, VA, FHA, or this 5% down loan program nationwide. You know the pricing disparity from one state to another. This 3 program, for those of you, if you're listening, whether you live in Buffalo, New York, whether you live in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Dallas, Texas, or Denver, Colorado, or somewhere in North Dakota, whatever the typical price point in your area, you can do the house hacking. For example, in Buffalo, New York, something that Judy knows very much about because Judy have bought many.
My market.
Well, Judy have, you bought. Let's go over it. I know you're not house hacking right now. That's fine. Regular rental properties in Buffalo. A duplex. How much a duplex and a fourplex in Buffalo and Niagara Falls in New York cost you?
No, look, I can tell you, we own a duplex and we paid less than $80,000 for it. For a duplex. Yes. 2 units.
I know.
And so that we were putting down investor down payment. They want at least 20%. But can you imagine if we were living there to get in with 5%? You could buy a quad easily. Like I said, if we paid $80,000 for our duplex, you could probably get a quad for $120,000, $130,000, $140,000. That's the deal. And the rents are very steady in that particular area. We've got working class people. They need a place to live. It's very consistent. The income is very consistent there.
As a matter of fact, Julie, so Buffalo, New York, Buffalo Niagara Falls, New York, these are sort of a representation of the type of a housing market in the Midwest, right?
Right.
That's Cleveland, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, right? Tennessee, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Ohio. What the Midwest is very high cash flow places. If you could house hack a fourplex in somewhere in Cleveland, Ohio, or New York, the fourplex only costs you like $200,000, and each door rents for $500 per month. If you house hack a fourplex in these cheap markets, guess what? The renters, whether you house hack a duplex, triplex, or fourplex,
right,
your other one or three doors of those renters, they can pay all your mortgage for you. You can mortgage flow even.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
It's great. Yeah, you're absolutely right. 100%.
Yeah. So again, the professional serial house hacking strategy that we're teaching you and applies to anywhere in the country. So wherever you're listening, wherever area of the country you're listening to this video, you're going to do it. It's not going to be easy. You have to qualify. You have to have a good income, good credit score. You have to be willing to become a landlord, if you will. Even though live in one of the unit, you could manage the property yourself because your tenant is located in your building. Or if you don't like to become a manage and tenant yourself, you can always hire a local professional property manager to do all the works for you, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Julia, one more thing. Now, nationwide, there are not that many 2 to 4 units available.
Right.
Okay? It's just not that many. Right? Most of the properties in nationwide are single family homes and condos and townhouses. What happens? Am I right, Julie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
Given that house hacking strategy is become more and more popular, plus the mainstream media get a hold of this, especially this 5% download program, we expect to see, Julie, more competition. What I mean by that, there'll be more first-time home buyers once they get educated about something that we're teaching you, or even investors that have the ability to move out of their principal home, rent out the principal home, then house hack, find a or units in their local market, wherever they're located, to do the house hacking. So, given the lack of supply of 2 to 4 units and the more and more demands and the competition, it's going to be a hard. So the 2 to 4 units, in my mind, and the foreseeable future, with this 5% down loan program for primary homeowners, it'll be potentially another new real estate asset class, I call it.
That's exactly.
So, Julie, when I say these 2 to 4 units, primary homeowner 5% down for the foreseeable future will be the up and coming new real estate attractive asset class. What do I mean by that? Give me your own words.
I think it's just from a very base level concept. It's something that people are going to want to get in on, because with 5% down, you can pretty much save that for anything. And then even if you only had enough to buy your own principal residence, I was listening to you as you were talking, you could stay there for a year or two, build the equity up in there, and then you could rent that one out and step up to maybe a duplex or a triplex. And then so now you've got one income producing unit as a single family, then you could go out and do house hacking with a duplex or a triplex or even a quad if you can afford it, depending on the area. So it leaves a lot of options even for the brand new investor, brand new homeowner, period. Not just an investor.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let me give you an example of this real life property in Texas. By the way, okay, let's use Silver. This is a $1 million fourplex located in Texas. Okay, just as a sample. Now, if you are a regular investor and you're trying to buy the fourplex to rent it out all 4 units,
Right.
you need, per Fannie Mae lending guideline as an investor, you need 25% down payment.
Right.
25% down payment plus closing costs of about 10 grand or whatever. Let's do the math. 25% down payment multiplied by $1 million fourplex. Your total down payment is $250,000 plus closing costs of another 10 grand, 260,000. Luckily, this is a new construction, no repairs necessary, but if you're buying not a new construction,
Right.
you have to pay rehab costs, additional 30, 50 grand out of pocket.
Right.
So you're paying out of pocket for $300,000.
Right.
So Julie, how many people in the country have $300,000 for cash to finance a $1 million fourplex with 25% down payment? How many people in the country?
Probably less than 1% of the country.
Now, with this new Fannie Mae 5% down payment and the existing FHA loan you can do, whether you are veteran like myself, is a lottery as a veteran, 0% down payment, you can do all this, assuming you qualify. But let's stick to the 5% down payment. Let's stick to 5% down payment. So 5% multiplied by $1 million. So your total down payment is 50 grand.
Right.
Plus closing costs, 8 grand, whatever. So your total out of pocket is $100,000. Okay.
Right.
So the barrier to entry is less stringent by putting down payment. Now, here's a good deal. Assuming $2,000, you can collect $2,000 rent per door per unit out of this fourplex.
Right.
Therefore, you're collecting $6,000 of gross monthly, right?
Because you're living in one, right?
Yeah, you live in one of the units. So this is, you're collecting $6,000, you're collecting $72,000 of gross monthly rent.
Right.
So how the lender can underwrite your loan is such that what they're going to do, you need to have a, what's that word? Not loan to value, but
reserves maybe, or
no, not reserve. Not LTV. Debt to income ratio.
debt to income.
Yeah, DTI. Debt to income ratio has to be less than 50%, less than, even better, less than 45%. I'm not going to go over these technical calculations. Therefore, so when you qualify, you go to a lender to qualify to buy this primary home at 5% down payment, no PMI, you live in one of their units. So the lender will use the $6,000 to offset your monthly mortgage. Your monthly mortgage is right here. $6,600, right? Therefore, giving back, if the DTI, debt to income ratio is, let's say, 45%, you need a monthly income of approximately $250,000, assuming you have no consumer debt, assuming you have no a monthly credit card debt, assuming you have no student loan, assuming you have no car payments. So you need a monthly, this is your monthly mortgage as a primary homeowner, almost $7,000. However, since you're house hacking and using this and living in one of the units for at least a year or whatever, you are getting $6,000. So this monthly legal cash flow, right? You're collecting $6,000 rent.
Right.
A monthly mortgage is $6,700. Plus you have to pay taxes of $1,200 monthly and insurance on $400. So your monthly PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, look at this, $6,600 plus $1,200. You're talking $8,000.
Right. Correct.
Oh, $8,000 plus insurance. Yeah. $8,000 monthly PITI. That's why you need a monthly mortgage of income of $250,000 if you can buy this as a pure investment property. Since you're house hacking with 5% down payment, at the end of the day, because the renter, the lender is using your three of the units to $6,000 to lower your mortgage. So your only out of pocket monthly is a mere $3,000.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Because the renter is paying down using the $6,000.
For a
right?
million property. For a
So,
million property. That's fabulous. Yeah.
yeah. So house had a fourplex at $1 million and you're already collecting $6,000 on 3 doors, or monthly out of pocket is $3,000. So with this $3,000, let's go over the DTI, debt income ratio. That's why all you need, if your debt is 3,000,
Mm-hmm.
income of 70 to 75, $80,000 per year,
Mm-hmm.
we're able to pay off this $3,000 monthly mortgage. Does it make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense when you think about it. And then look at the property that you're getting.
I know.
And I think the other thing that I've been thinking as you've been talking with this whole 5% down program, that's going to really drive people to the market, or at least it should. People are going to want to buy because most people can save up 5%, but it also means that it's going to start driving the property values up as well.
Absolutely. It's all about supply and demand.
Yes.
Nationwide, there's a lack of supply for 2 to 4 units. As it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when more and more people get a hold of this 5% down payment for primary home buyers, they can enter the competitive market.
Right.
And as a result, because demand is going to supply, I see you and I, 2 to 4 units will increase in value.
Exactly. Yeah. So the best time to buy is now.
Yeah. And yesterday, whatever, that's happened to buy.
Yesterday. Exactly.
Because over time, once you live there at least 1 unit, oh, by the way, with this 5% down payment program, this new loan program, you do not need to cash out refinance out of this loan. Like you do the FHA and being loan at 75% loan to value, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wait for your property to increase in value to refinance. Don't quote me 100%. I don't know. This new loan program just came about. And we can learn more about it once Fannie Mae release additional information associated with this loan program. But I have to believe that if you legitimately live at one of the units physically and maintain its principal residence legitimately, everything gotta do it above board.
Absolutely.
With the residential requirement, the residence requirement is on minimum 1 year. But sometimes could be less than a year if you have to move to another location.
Right.
Because your job requires to move to another area in the country. So that way, you can leave this house less than a year, and you can go to a new location if you want to. You can
absolutely
under the house hack 2, 3 to 4 units. You know what I've seen lately as I look at the social media, I look at the mainstream media and the YouTube channels, and I still have not seen other organizations promoting this product.
It's interesting. That's really interesting. That's going to be it's going to have such a huge impact on the market too. I think you said November 18th is the actual official date. It's going to have a huge impact. I tell everybody, get qualified now.
As a matter of fact, I don't want the mainstream media to know about this loan program. I don't want this asset class, this new sub asset class, 2 to 4 things, using 5% down payment. I don't want too much competition. I don't want people to saturate this market.
People have to really understand what you're saying. 5% down and no PMI. I'm still going with the no PMI. That's huge.
Yeah. So truly, again, all the doom and gloom scenarios that we're seeing out there, real estate crash, correction, home affordability, the high mortgage rate, inflation, recession, or this negative doom and gloom housing rates, crash porn videos out there. Everything's negative. You think the world is coming to an end.
I just see opportunity.
Yeah. In every challenge, in every crisis, there are opportunity.
Absolutely.
And this iconic mainstream, this loan program is just, to me, is a game changer.
Absolutely.
And listen, what a great way to build wealth over time using this program.
Absolutely.
Anyway, as we conclude, you have any last minute comment?
No, I just like I said, I just think that people just really need to understand the impact that this is going to have on the market. And as you said, the best time to invest was yesterday. Just get something. Just get into something, because once those property values start pushing up, it creates more options for you to do more things with your property.
Absolutely. Okay. As I leave you, please, if you see any value, for those people out there listening or watching this video, if you see any value from this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're really motivated out there, wherever you live in the country, in any 50 states, and you want to do this, you don't know how, you don't know where to begin. If you want some coaching or mentoring, please reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to talk to you. Also, leave comments down at the comments below. What do you think of this situation? Think and qualify? Are you really motivated to do it? You can do it. This is it's an amazing program. So thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee, and thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
And for attending, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.